Thank you for stopping by the shift today. Today, I want to talk to you about the magic of believing. One word, believe. Hi, my name is Palmonia Gordon. I'm a mom, I'm an author, and I'm an entrepreneur. And our program Shift was designed for simply helping individuals find their true purpose. Simply helping individuals who feel stuck, simply helping entrepreneurs who get into business. If you're in network marketing, if you're in LML, whatever names you call it, but you have those days where, oh my gosh, that's it. I can't make it. I'm just going to ask you to shift. Just shift a little bit. Just like the second hand goes around 60 times, 60 small shift before the minute hand can make one shift. I have a background in corporate America. I have a mom, 5 kids, and I picked up my bag to go to work one day and the thought of going postal made sense. So I know where a lot of you are because I have been there. And we share our stories, we share our thoughts, and we share our ideas through the shift that we hope will help you to keep going for one more day. Today I want to talk to you about believe. I'm also known as the acronym lady, meaning I like to take a word and I like to break it down into an acronym that makes it simple and easy and more understandable. Because if I can understand it, that means I can do it. So believe, I have it to mean before everything lives, we have to use our imagination to employ visionary exploit, meaning before we can achieve anything in our lives, we have to first believe that it's possible. And I know that can be challenging at times, especially if you are in a space that's not conducive to that. But that's where you're going to have to dig deep. That's where I'm going to encourage you to go back to my first video if you have not watched that one that talks about FEAR. And where I spoke about fear actually being a fuel enhancer to assure the results required. So before we can accomplish anything in our lives, we have to first believe that it's possible. And before we can believe that it's possible, we actually have to see it in here first. Or in here, in your heart, you can see it and you can feel it. Because once you do that, you know that it will come. So before anything happens, we see it in our hearts. Before it comes to form in our lives, we have to see it and believe it in our mind. Now, in order for it to live, so before anything at all, everything lives, we have to use our imagination. What's your imagination? Your imagination is that place where you can go and create your life. Yes, that's why kids are so creative, because that's how our lives are actually lived, in creation. One of my mentors says, knowledge replays your past, because what you know talks about what you have experienced in the past. So knowledge replays your past, but imagination pre-plays your future. Your imagination is actually a projection into your future of where you're going. So your imagination is where you want to live. It's that place you want to stay in. And yes, it's okay to be like a kid. Okay? So in your imagination, you want to see what your future will be like. You want to see the house that you're going to live in. You want to see the car that you're going to drive. You want to see the foundations that you're going to organize and run, and how you're going to help people and where you're going to go. I have a background in corporate America. When I used to deliver mail, I used to walk, and when I deliver at some, I'd like, yeah, I like this driveway. This can hold 6 cars. And I would imagine that, yes, I would get a house like that. Now, here's what's the funny thing with your imagination. When you kick it in, it kicks into something called your subconscious. And your subconscious is what actually goes out and create the stuff for you. It's like an invisible behind the scene person that goes in. Oh, she likes that kind of house. Okay, I can work at that for her. I used to imagine that so much. I remember getting home one day and my phone ringing. It was my guy, my investor guy, and he goes, Palmoni, do you want to buy a house? I'm like, oh, never really thought of it. He goes, okay, I'll call you back. And then he called me back like 10 minutes. He goes, okay, Palmoni, I got you X amount of money. You can go start looking for a house. Just like that. I'm not saying it's always going to be that easy, but in my case, that was how it worked out. But all I was doing was using my imagination. You got to use your imagination to employ. You have to put it to work, right? You have to employ visionary. You have to see. What are the visions that you see? What are the dreams? What are the goals? Right? Visionary exploit. So you have to put those into being. My favorite vision is if it's safe, you're not driving, and I want you to close your eyes for a minute and just see yourself arriving at this building. And as you walk in, you can hear soft music playing down the hall. You smell roses. You smell flowers. Wow. And as you walk in to this room, the waiter hands you a glass of champagne. Feels so cool in your hand, and you're watching the bubbles going up in the glass. And you see the food and the fragrance and the smell. It just makes your mouth water. It's like, wow. You see there's chandelier, soft lights hanging from the ceiling. Now, that was my imagination on a visionary exploit. I can walk into any building. Doesn't matter how dank looking, and I can create that scene because I've seen it in my head. And that's what visionary exploit means. Because if you can see it in your head, then you can create it in your reality. If you can't see it here, you can't bring it out so you can touch it. Right? And I want you to know that everything is possible. Everything. What are the adventures that you want to go on? I'm not sure if I said earlier that I'm a mom of 5. I have 5 kids. But you wouldn't believe today. As a matter of fact, when I was having my 5th child, and I went to my family doctor, to do my checkup, and he walked in and he goes, hey, Palmoni, I see back in 19 so-and-so, we did a laparoscopy for infertility. And I go, yeah, I was a late bloomer. For many years, I struggled. I wanted to have a baby so bad. When I was in hairdressing school, everybody around me had kids. And when they said baby, I would cry. I remember when I had, I'd go to the bathroom. It's like, my foot would literally give way. It's like I would just collapse because no baby. And I remember I got to the place and I said, okay, God. I read the story of Sarah in the Bible, and I was reading, and I'm like, Sarah was 99, but based on the story, people used to live till they're about 600 years of age, which means Sarah was maybe 10. So she was still a baby. And I'm thinking, then why the heck was Sarah mad that she couldn't have kids? Because 500 years to go, well, you got lots of room. So I said, you know what, God? If it's when I'm Sarah and I'm 99 and I'm supposed to have a baby, I'll have a baby and I let it go. And that's what we have to do. You have to believe that whatever you want for your life, for your kids, for your business, for your finance, for your home, for your relationship, in everything, you want to believe and know that it's possible. And once you believe that, let it go. Let it go and just start moving. Start doing little things, because things are going to start coming to you and you're wondering, what's that? Where did that come from? But just keep moving. I want you to believe. Believe that everything you want is possible. But you have to remember that before everything lives, you have to use your imagination to employ visionary exploits. You have to see it up here. And if you can see it up here, I encourage you to put it on paper, which goes to another message I did talk about your blueprint and why you need to write your blueprint out. I'm your girl, Palmonia. Pal like friend, Monia like pneumonia, but I'm nicer. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. I believe in the possibilities. And I want you to believe too. I want you to share this, website information with other people. And I want you to come back for more. I want you to go to my website also, palmoniagordon.com. Go get the free download, get the free information. Connect with me so I can send you resources that will keep you shifting. Because remember, shift is just simply something that's designed to help individuals find their true purpose. And we're going to find it through our thoughts, through our talents, through our truth, our story, being real. And of course, just being there together. I love you. Make it a good day. Go out and believe.